In this video, we will solve a tricky SQL interview question. Our question is, write a solution to display the records with 3 or more rows with consecutive IDs and the number of people is greater than or equal to 100 for each. This is our question. So I have created one table called Stadium on which we are going to solve the query. This table has 3 columns that I have already queried here, which is ID, visit date and people. So basically what this table tells us is the number of people visiting a stadium on a given day. For example, the first record corresponding to ID 1 on 2020 January 1st, 10 people are visiting a particular stadium. On 2nd of Jan, 109 people are visiting the stadium. Similarly, we have 8 records corresponding to 8 days. Now, we have to write a solution to display the records with 3 or more rows with consecutive IDs and the number of people is greater than or equal to 100 for each. So we have to find the days for which the number of people visiting the stadium is greater than 100 and the ID should be consecutive, because in our data there is one specific case where we have 2020 January 7 and after that 8th is missing and the next date is 9. So both the days are having people visiting the stadium greater than 100. So this is a valid condition because from 5, 6, 7 and 9th we have 100 people visiting the stadium. So the condition is given like the number of people is greater than or equal to 100 for each and the record with 3 or more rows with consecutive IDs. So here the IDs are consecutive, hence this is a valid condition. Now let us start writing the query. So we will start with a select clause, select ID, comma, visit date, comma, people, that is number of people visiting the stadium. Now we will use a pinder function which is the row number function, row number over, we don't have to use a partition here but we need an order by clause, order by ID. The default order itself is ascending. Let me give a name which is new ID and from the table stadium. Now let me execute this. But in the question it's given that the number of people should be greater than or equal to 100. So let us filter this query with a where clause. Number of people should be greater than or equal to 100. Now once again let me run it. Now we have a table with 6 rows. Earlier we had 8 rows. Now I will introduce one more calculation here, which is ID minus the entire function with row number. Now put this inside a parenthesis and I am going to give a name as flag. Now this is a partition that we are going to use to solve the query. Now executing this once more, a new column will be created called flag, which is basically a partition, and this partition actually we can use to count the number of consecutive days. Now if we take the example here, based on the ID, 2 and 3 are continuous IDs. So corresponding to that the number of people are 109 and 150. So we have a flag of 1 1, so we can count the number of ones. Now coming down, after 3 there is no 4. It's 5, 6, 7 and 8. Now if we check the flag column, we can see that the partition is 2, 2, 2 and 2. That is 4 2s. Now this is a second partition where it's a valid case where we have number of people greater than 100 and number of consecutive IDs are greater than or equal to 3. Now using this as a common table expression, T1 as, that is the first query. Let us write a second query, that is select star comma, let us use the count function as a window function here, that is count1 over partition by the flag column which is created. We don't have to use a order by clause here, just partition by should be fine. Then giving a column name as days count, and this is from the table 1, that is CTE1. Let us execute this once again. Yeah, we can see that now we have got a new column with the days count, that is consecutive days count. So corresponding to ID 2 and 3, the consecutive days are 2, and corresponding to ID 5, 6, 7 and 8, the number of consecutive days are 4. Now we can do one more CTE, that is T2 as comma. Now after that, let me go through the question once again, that is write a solution to display the records with 3 or more rows with consecutive IDs. So we want all the records corresponding to that particular condition. So select, we want ID comma visit underscore date comma number of people visited. So these are the 3 columns which we have from our initial table, that is the parent table, that is from T2. Now if we execute this with one more where condition that we have to put, because we want to filter the records based on days count, that is days underscore count greater than or equal to 3. Now executing this will give us the intended output, but we have an error. This is because we have a query before this common table expression query. So any query before the common table expression should be ending with a semicolon. Now execute, we will get the result. So this is our input table and this is our expected output, that is the days where the number of people is greater than 100 and the IDs are consecutive. Thanks for watching. Hope you like the video. Thank you.